the book on accomplishments. Here's the book. These are all things I'm going to read a few of the samples, but look at this. These are all, each line is something that we did. Nobody did that before. And it's big stuff, too. Look, we have the hottest country in the world. Ice is going to be too rough for somebody, or, they deal with rough people. Are they going to make a mistake? Sometimes it can happen and feel terribly. I felt horribly when I was told that the young woman who had a tragedy, it's a tragedy. Her father in particular I hope he still is, but I don't know, was a tremendous Trump fan. He was all for Trump, loved Trump. Her father was a tremendous, and parents were tremendous Trump fans. That's so sad.
Unbelievable.
So I'm supposed to ask you, it's all over your face, I'm just telling you. What did you think of this performance review?
Well, that particular clip that we just showed shows you the malignant narcissism that this man embodies. The girl is dead. The guy shoots her in the face and then calls her something or other.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Supposedly.
Well, it could have been another.
Whatever it was.
Somebody said
the
something.
Parents of this girl are in mourning. She has children, and he's out there saying, "But his father really liked me." Yeah. I mean, it's beyond the pale at this point. The fact that these men in Congress, these people in the Republican Party mostly, I'll give you that the Democrats are ineffectual, but the Republicans are really craven at this point to allow this to go on. In a superpower in this country where he has the nuclear codes, to me, is just unbelievable. I can't even begin to, and they're saying that the children in Greenland are crying and scared. Now they know how we feel.
Well, I think that book he whipped out reminded me of the Epstein file, and they're like, it's all right here. And you're like,
the new Epstein files that are supposed
just
to
the original one that Caroline Levitt, I think, had, and she just plopped it down, and we're like, oh, that big file of things. But
did they ever release all of them?
No, because he did say, my friends will get hurt, and typically if you utter that about pedo-adjacent people, I think you need new friends. But I think people would be more impressed. He was whipping out photos of alleged, I don't know who these images are, but of people that had been criminal.
And they were all black and brown.
And they were all, he was doing it in the name of ICE and all the seizures, and I thought, you know what everyone could get on board with when you have a negative 38 approval rating on, is the friggin' Epstein files. You have bipartisan support, and it feels like with every dodge, he's missing the fact that there are actual criminals among us, and they happen to be your friends. So why don't we go ahead and get that out in the open and figure that out?
Yeah, I thought what was so distasteful and disgusting, quite frankly, was the fact that he was holding out pictures generally of black people and of brown people and calling them predators and calling them rapists and calling them murderers, and to the world, the president of the United States. There is no data that says that those people are rapists and criminals. In fact, if you look at whatever data that we have, 70% of the people that ICE has detained don't have criminal convictions.
Yeah.
Don't have any
Didn't
criminal
we know
record.
about those individuals?
Well, that was hilarious. Oh, so much to unpack. So much. First, let's talk about Trump and his ginormous book of accomplishments in just his first year. Whoever took hours putting that book together, I'm sure, felt some sort of way and got pissed when he took it and threw it on the ground. Each line item is a different accomplishment. We're not blind. We know the things that were campaigned on that have not been delivered. I mean, he goes from campaigning on the Epstein files to saying Epstein who? Lots of people out there still want answers. They want to see justice for the people that have committed heinous crimes against children. Out of that clip of The View, that is the one thing that I can actually, which surprised the hell out of me, the one thing that I can actually agree with them on. We want the Epstein files, all of them, released. We want it out there. Bongino wasn't able to make it happen. Cash ain't been able to make it happen. We can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. And then we get to not so cup of joy that talks about the nuclear codes and being upset with the fact that Trump has access to them. Well, when Sleepy Joe had access to the nuclear codes, Mr. Autopen had access to the nuclear codes and couldn't tell his ass from a hole in the ground. The Democrats said nothing about that. So, but now you care. And then we get to Sonny. Oh, Sonny. I don't know what planet you're living on, but Trump did hold up pictures of people. Those people were convicted of violent crimes. So, yes, they have been convicted of violent crimes and they have been deported. Just so happened to be that those people were black and brown. The pictures that he showed. Now, I am sure that there have been a lot of people deported that did not commit violent crimes like that. Now, their one and only crime may have been that they were here illegally, which is a crime. One last thing I forgot. I also wanted to mention, I don't give a shit about your midterms. Until we can get some truth and transparency around Charlie Kirk's murder and we can find out who actually killed him, I don't give a shit about your midterms and I'm not going to vote in them. Please comment in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think and like, subscribe, follow, all those great things. I really appreciate that. And until next time, peace and love is the main idea.